Hello guys, welcome back to the Labor Factory. I'm your host, the Labor Worker, and welcome back to another Flash game. This time we're playing Riddle School 4. So, let's get into it. Oh man, music's quite loud. But yeah, anyways, what do we see? Oh, Riddle University. Oh, credits. Nice helmet. Why the clown mask? Fun facts. Time to make 10 months. Library items. Rooms that made 48. 30 FPS. Whoa. 5 scenes? What? I made this finale to Riddle School series because I've probably gotten more messages in my Newgrounds PM inbox and more comments on my user page blog posts about Riddle School 4 than anything else. I said I was never going to make this game, but that was simply a diversion until I finally unleashed this beast, and now it's out. I'm certain I won't make any more. Yeah, that was the biggest lie. An instruction disclaimer. None of the people or places in... Oh, this is a different one. In this game were based off real people or places of any relation between the transpiring experience or others, confidential, unintentional. Not that I'd really go to a school called Riddle School and try to interview a bald college student about whether or not he escaped school. Okay, but whatever. Let's go. Riddle School 4. Wait, what? Accessing. Map system. Yeah. Nice intro. Mr. Munch. Okay, what is map? Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, this... Wow. Phil's teacher, Mr. Munch, was original architect of Riddle University? What? The school is built above a long pit of lava that he himself dug near an active underwater volcano. Why? His plan to murder Phil Eggtrees is forever ridden this world succeeded. Why would you kill a student? And what do you mean no one cared? Didn't he have a friend named... Didn't his friend Fred, every other student, eventually die from car wrecks, old age, and unforeseen disasters? Wow. Each one on their deathbed whispered their final wish. What's that? Please don't let there be any more Riddle School games. Really? Okay. Stay tuned for after credits to see your time. Yes, John Bro. Planner, John Bro. Storyboard, John Bro. John Bro. Research, John Bro. Backgrounds, John Bro. Consumer designer, John Bro. Voice acting, John Bro. Oh, character design. And music, different people. 3. Sounds from Fine Sound. Beta testers, at least. Why are there so many beta testers? What the hell? Special thanks to Ninja Fan and Scape Artist 101. Huh. Okay. Well, just as every book has a start and a finish, a series must have a beginning and an end. I deliberately sucked all the room for another sequel out of the series so that it too may end. John Bro. Yeah, that is the biggest lie. 5 seconds. Also unlocked real fun facts, special features now available in main menu. Real fun facts. Fun facts change from accuracy after you beat the game to make like 2 days under 6. 1 accessible. two scenes. I remember when I went up to Comic-Con for the first time back in, well, asked me if I had plans to make a Riddle School 4, to which I said something along the lines of, I'm thinking about making a fourth one. At some point after I started making it, I lost motivation, and at the same time, people started making urgent requests for a fourth game. So I decided, even though I told my fans I'd never make the game, that I'd go ahead and make this. As I type this now, I have no clue what the reaction Newgrounds public will be, but I hope they enjoyed playing as much as I enjoyed making it. I laughed so hard. Okay, special features. What happened to all the characters? First Riddle ski. The making a Riddle ski. Oh, Mr. Munch fulfilled his commentary, but John Bro made one. Okay. Okay, this is actually interesting. Yeah. What happened to all the characters? Fred didn't like school, but he thought it was wise to stay in school anyway, to make the best grades he could while not doing very much effort. Got it. I need to drink some tea. He grew up and took many effortless occupations such as music conductor, substitute teacher, abstract artist. One day he fell asleep face first in a vat of paint. You can guess what happened. Male. Favorite thing, doing nothing. Least favorite thing, doing something. Smiley. Yeah, female. Favorite thing, education. Least favorite thing, distractions. Smiley had a legitimately good life. She grew up with a perfect hundreds in every one of her classes and a long-lasting career in biomedical sciences. She got married to the perfect man who just happened to be a smiley face for a head just like her. They spent the rest of their days together in a treehouse in a beautiful forest. Okay, that is whack. Favorite thing, not cold and freezing into ice. Zach was so determined not to be cold anymore that he bought a plane ticket to the tropics midway into his first year of college, right above a volcano island. The plane ran into a bad bit of turbulence. Zach ended up crashing through a window. He fell and what? Richie. Collecting, getting stuck. Dropped out of high school wishing he hadn't paid so much attention to collecting stuff. He was mugged in a dark alley and woke up trapped in a smelly dumpster. Nobody ever found him. Wow. 5. Designing shirts, being unjustly sued. Okay, 5 sold t-shirts for a living in his town, was eventually realized by a big graphics design company. He made the mistake of asking for a slightly large sum of money, and the company ripped him off and sued him. 5 was put in jail for the next 5 years, and not once for the rest of his life did he have enough money to sue them back. Huh. 808. Dusting idiots. 5's dad. He insisted on being at Riddle Elementary School because he loved to clean so much until his son was unfairly sued by. He realized he would need a better paying job and ended up being a garbage boy in France. He was having so much fun that he forgot his son existed. Oh god, that is dark. Janitor in Riddle School 2. Criticizing cheesy pencils that was locked in his own closet. One day, not long before the school closed down and was replaced with a new one, he ate his mop, drank his dirty mop water, and nibbled on his hat as he was stuck in the darkness. The last sound he ever... Oh, that is so dark. Riddle School 3. Unclogging toilets, whatever clogs them. He claimed he could hear a pipe problem a mile away, and that was fact true. His uncanny ability to hear toilets clogged earned him a television show reputation as a perfect eared plumber. The show was cancelled after 2 years because it realized nobody had ears. Furious, the janitor leapt off a bridge. Oh god. Mr. Calm. Math? Being forgetful. Was never a very smart person, and after first Riddle School game, he learned about how small the percentage of drinkable water on the planet there was. He decided right then never drink anything again. The end. Oh my god, that is so dark. Miss Kofi was never a very smart person. She told Mr. that nearly all the world's water was drinkable, but then she realized she only drank coffee and wasn't really sure how much straight up water was drinkable. So she went to the beach, because there's a lot of water in the ocean. She drank as much as he possibly could. Wow. Favorite thing, coffee. Being correct, at least favorite. Miss Green. Miss Green once drank 99 cups of coffee. At 100, she died of caffeine overdose. Oh my god. What the hell? Coffee, cleaning after cows. Teacher in Riddle School 1. This teacher once screamed at a school student so loudly that the walls of the room she was in collapsed around her. Nobody knew what to put on her tombstone because nobody knew her name. Yelling people. Wow. Mr. Oboe was getting ready to sit down one night at a school play about knights and horses. He was told before the show to hold the sword, which was one of the props. It wasn't a real sword, but ironically he still died from it because the sword was made of allergy medicine, and Mr. Bow was horribly allergic to that. English? His own name. Wow. Greg. Greg Sleep was asleep for 18 was asleep for 18 of the first 20 years of his life. One day he woke up and realized how much he aged. After panicking, decided to move on. He got a driver's license, was on his way to the grocery store, and had a fatal wreck sleeping on the wheel. Sleep, nightmares. Mrs. Sleep. She once got married and had a son named Greg. Eventually she died sleepwalking off a cliff. Sleep, being awake. Mr. Sum was a math teacher for his entire life. He was gardening on the roof of a building and was suddenly mugged by a bear who ate him 30 minutes later. What the hell? Mr. Sagi. Mr. Sagi couldn't find his glasses, so he was on his way getting new glasses, got in a fatal car wreck because he couldn't see. Being able to see, being able not to see. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed was reading a comic book in Riddle High School library. I was reading the words, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," when he got a nasty paper cut and lost every inch of his blood in his body. Being able to read aloud, people. Oh my god. Mrs. Flask invented a flying chair and discovered there's no air in space. Inventing false alarms. Man, so far only Smiley has had the good ending. Or Fred as well? I don't remember what happened to Fred. Now, monkey hater Miss Count was bored at her home and decided to look for games on the internet. She found a game called Riddle 3, which she was seen to beat twice in a row. No long after she was put in an insane asylum, whispered wildly something about monkey doll curse. Anything but monkeys? Monkeys. Mrs. Oddworm was very tired of people taking one look at her and thinking she was a guy, so she went berserk and set fire to a shoe store. She stole a small boat and sailed away from all. Okay, making others smile. Being called a guy. Well, at least she had a somewhat good ending. Mrs. Moses was at a bank and a bank robbery suddenly took place. The robber told her to get down on the ground. She said the ground was awfully dirty and wanted to be good for her new dress. She was shot multiple times and her dress was ruined. Sarcasm, people don't listen. Wow. Mr. Was former principal of Riddle Elementary School. Was put in prison for life because he physically beat a student's head in. Getting in fights, losing in a fight. Oh my god, that is so dark. Mr. Counselor of Riddle Middle School was robbed of all of his possessions unexpectedly several weeks after the event. Several weeks after the event, Mister noticed he didn't have a house. He died of starvation right after that because he also apparently didn't know he had no food. Looking important, broccoli ice cream. Mr. Potato discovered the magic of video games right before Riddle School 3. He did nothing but play video games long after Riddle School 3. He died happily right after beating a game called Riddle School 3. 6 feet under, he's still holding his favorite video game controller. Video games, real life. Well, somewhat of a happy ending, I guess. Joe didn't make it to college. His grades were terrible. He thought to himself, I wonder what gasoline tastes like. His will stated that he wanted to be cremated after his death. What his friends didn't know was that His stomach was still full of gasoline and doesn't mix well with fire. Wow. You are an idiot, Joe. Diz. Supposedly a foreign exchange student did some at a single time after that. It was as if he completely disappeared. Okay. Chubb Munch. Chubb stopped eating right after Riddle School 4 for the rest of his life simply because he got so big his cheeks covered up too much of his mouth for him to eat anything else. He lived an entire century after he stopped eating because of his metabolism. It is rumored the Earth's most devastating earthquakes were caused by Chubb's struggling movements. Favorite thing eating, not being able to eat. Mrs. Munch loved to serve food, but she felt like she served her son Chubb too much, and she didn't know what to do. She discussed her internal struggle with her husband, Mr. Munch, said she should give him all Chubb's food to him. Soon realized she had a terrible husband and divorced him, feeding her son more than ever. Wow. Serving food, having an obese son. Mr. Munch. Oh. Devastated by his wife's decision, started devising plans to take lives of every one of her friends and acquaintances. He didn't know as much about his former wife as he thought, and the only person he could remember her talking to a kid named Phil Eggtree. He killed Phil Eggtree and died later of overreacting? Overeating. Wow. Phil Eggtree. Logical thinking falling into pits of lava. Phil only went to college because he figured it had to be better than elementary, middle, and high school. He went to the newly built Riddle University because it was local. It was cheap, and he didn't have any particular plans for the rest of his life, so it didn't matter what classes he took. At first, he thought this school was just like all the other three he escaped from. Just when he considered trying to make his fourth escape, he found out that was completely different. The making of Plan to kill Phil will rhyme. Plan to kill Phil. Build time now. Dig a hole into lava stream. Build a college on top of it. Request being a teacher there and arrange seating chart for Phil to be on the hole. Wow. Riddle School plans by Mr. Munch. School, college, build there. Underwater volcano. Long pit, lava. Wow. 4 and less thick in one location. Set tiny explosives on thinner spot. Remote control. Bald looks like this. Always wears green. Needs to set deck closest to the door so he can kill him. Wow. Killed Phil. Now what? Okay, wait.
Hey, I'm John Bro, and this is the commentary for the Riddle School 4 ending, because I wanted to balloon the file size and make it look like the same size as Riddle School 3 or something similar.
Wow.
I wanted to make a commentary just because it seemed like it would be a funny idea to have for the game, because most of the game is a movie. And I figured
Okay.
I would have to make a commentary better than the one for Pain on the Brain 3, because that one sucked. I already had it in my mind that Phil should die in Riddle School 4.
Okay.
I got so sick of requests for a fourth Riddle School game.
This is understandable.
And I started one before called Riddle University, but it wasn't going to be very good. I only had planned the first room, which is the one that's seen in Riddle School 4.
Okay.
And I think it was just ripping off of the idea of another game where you had to make a fishing pole out of basic objects like a pencil and a string. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
So my friend Yoshi Egg came over. He was the other voice in the Pain on the Brain 3 commentary, and I said, I'm gonna make Riddle School 4 tonight. And he's like, all right. So I started with that room, and I started animating Phil falling to his death in a lava pit. There were several ways he could have died, but we figured that was the funniest and the easiest to make. And one of my computers is a flash computer, and one of them is an internet computer, so I have to use the flash drive to go between the two. So I went to Yoshi Egg, who was on the internet computer playing RuneScape, and I said, hey, can I use the computer for a second? I need to find some sad music for when Phil dies. It was funny. He said I could never imitate exactly how I sounded whenever I said that, but I tried, so. In one night, this game was born. mostly this movie, and we laughed our heads off watching the ending. Well, that's really about it. I need to think of more to say. The real reason I made this game was because I wanted to see the reaction on Newgrounds. When I was starting to make the first game out of the series, I
Okay.
wasn't picturing at all that I would ever make something like this. I was just trying to make a ripoff of Pico's School by Tom Fulp, and now it's a four-parter where he dies.
Okay.
This is the best game ever. This is my favorite of the whole series, and it always will be.
Huh. Wow.
I'm gonna try to scream like Phil again. No, that's not quite it. Oh well.
Wow. Okay. You beat the game in zero. Okay. But yeah, guys, that was honestly, wow. I just spent more time in the special features than reading character bios. Wow. I never thought I honestly thought, actually going into it, I thought like, I'm probably gonna have to like mix it with Riddle School 5 and all that pizzazz, but turns out there was like so much content in this that I didn't even actually never think I never checked all this. I just played that and was like, what the hell, and just went to Riddle School 5. I never actually looked through the special features, and when I did, honestly, I have to say, like right now, I'm very shocked what I found, and some good comedy a little bit, and some pretty depressing stuff as well. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video on Riddle School 4. Almost essentially, yeah, as he said, a movie this one is. But yeah, and I hope you do like it. I will continue to play the rest of the Riddle School games, of course. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you hated it, leave a comment if you have something on your mind, or perhaps you want to say hello, or leave some critical feedback. Doesn't matter. You can leave a comment. And consider subscribing. And I'll see you all in the next video. But as always, stay awesome. Peace.